Vitamin D is a necessary nutrient of the body synthesized from cholesterol. Mechanical damage. Damage taking place physically, for example, if you were to burn your hand on the stove. Desiccation. A state of extreme dryness. Functions of the skin. Aids in heat regulation, synthesizes vitamin D and A, protects deeper tissues from damage. Beta-Carotene. A substance that, when ingested, travels to the skin cells and is turned into vitamin A. Ways to damage the skin. Mechanical, chemical, bacterial, thermal, ultraviolet radiation, desiccation. Epidermis. The outermost layer of skin, a stratified squamous epithelium. These cells are dead and keratinized, hardened by keratin. Dermis. Deep to the epidermis, it is dense connective tissue. Hypodermis. Deep to the dermis, is also called subcutaneous tissue and is made of adipose tissue, is a shock absorber, insulator, and anchors skin to organs, not considered part of skin for this class. Sudoriferous, sweat gland. One of the four appendages of the skin, excretes sweat and is activated by nerve fibers, comes in two different types, eccrine and apocrine. Eccrine sweat gland. One of the two types of sweat glands, it is open via a duct which opens at the pore in the skin's surface. They are located everywhere. Apocrine sweat gland. One of the two types of sweat glands, these have ducts which empty into hair follicles. The product also contains fats and proteins. Organisms on your skin eat these. They are located in the armpit and the anus. Sweat. A liquid substance, poured onto the skin by sweat pores. It is made of water, lactic acid, and some metabolic waste. Hair. One of the four appendages of the skin, consists of hard keratinized epithelial cells. It consists of a central medulla, cortex, and outer cuticle, made mostly of keratin. Central medulla. The innermost layer of the hair shaft. Cortex. Flexible fibers or strands that are toughly intertissued together underneath the cuticle. Outer cuticle. The outermost layer of hair, it is a hard, mostly keratin, single layer of overlapping cells. Nail. One of the four appendages of the skin, made of keratin and protects the distal phalanx. Sebaceous glands. One of the four appendages of the skin produces sebum, oil. Most have ducts that empty into hair follicles. Glands are activated by hormones. Blocking these ducts results in acne. Vein. Brings blood back to the heart. Artery. Brings blood to cells. Pacinian Corpuscle. A subcutaneous nerve ending that senses deep pressure. Arrector Pili muscles. Small muscles attached to hair follicles. Free nerve ending. A nerve that senses temperature. Meissner's corpuscle. Touch receptors located near the surface of the skin. Pain. Hair root. The origin of hair. Root hair plexus. A nerve ending surrounding the hair root which senses movement. Epithelial tissue. A vascular tissue which covers organs and other cells which would otherwise be exposed to a cavity or space. Stratum corneum. The outermost and first layer of the epidermis. Stratum lucidum. The second layer of the epidermis, only present in thick skin. Stratum granulosum. The third layer of the epidermis. Stratum spinosum. The fourth layer of the epidermis. Stratum basale. The fifth layer of the epidermis lies next to the dermis and divides keratinocytes and melanocytes. Papillary layer. One of the two layers of the dermis is the outermost layer and is made up of dense connective tissue. It contains projections called dermopipia, sense receptors, free nerve endings and Meissner's corpuscles, and capillaries. Reticular layer. One of the two layers of the dermis is the innermost layer and is made of dense connective tissue. Contains blood vessels, sweat and oil glands, and pressure receptors, Pacinian corpuscles. Melanin. A skin color determinant, contains yellow, brown, or black pigments. Carotene. A skin color determinant, contains orange-yellow pigment from some vegetables. Hemoglobin. A skin color determinant, a red color sourcing from the blood cells in dermis capillaries. The oxygen content determines the extent of red coloring. Contact dermatitis. A skin reaction resulting from exposure to allergens is categorized in class as a skin homeostatic imbalance. Infections. An invasion of harmful microorganisms is categorized in class as a skin homeostatic imbalance. Impetigo. A skin homeostatic imbalance caused by staph infection. Cold sores. A skin homeostatic imbalance caused by a virus. Skin burns. Tissue damage and cell death caused by heat, electricity, UV radiation, or chemicals. Extent is estimated by rule of 9. Dehydration, electrolyte imbalance, and infect are all associated. Dangers of burns. First-degree burn. A type of burn in which only the epidermis is damaged, the skin appears red and swollen. Second-degree burn. A type of burn in which the epidermis and the upper dermis are damaged, the skin appears red with blisters. Third-degree burns. A type of burn that destroys the entire skin layer. The burn is gray, white, or black. Basal cell carcinoma. Skin cancer which is least malignant and most common. It arises from Stratum Basale. Squamous cell carcinoma. Skin cancer which arises from Stratum Spinosum. It metabolizes into lymph nodes. Melanoma. Skin cancer arising from melanocytes. It has rapid metastasis to lymph nodes and blood vessels. ABCD rules for moles. A equals asymmetry. Two sides of pigmented mole do not match. B equals border irregularity. Borders of mole are not smooth. C equals color. Different colors in pigmented area. D equals diameter. Spot is larger than 6 mm in diameter.